Good morning, good morning, good morning. He meant it for our good. The devil meant it for bad, but I'm so glad that he meant it. He meant it for our good. So good morning to my Uncle Ricky. Good morning to my sis Jamie. Good morning to my sis Lula. These are the ones that I can see. But as always, good morning, bro. Good morning. But as always, I'm saying good morning to everyone. If you happen to catch this at some other point in your day, it may be good morning, it may be good afternoon, it may be good evening, or it might be good night. But he is good. He is so good. He is awesome. And I just love the way that he loves us, that he provides for us, that he covers us and he shields us. His faithfulness, his grace, his mercy endures forever. And so I'm so thankful this morning. As we know, it's Monday. So for some of us, it's the beginning of the work week. Our children are preparing to start off their school week. Good morning again, my dear friend Otis. Good morning. So here we are. He has blessed us with a brand new day. A brand new day. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for that. And see, on yesterday, the word was surrounding, and the importance of surrounding, changing our surroundings sometimes to get that peace, that joy, that love. And so I'm reminded even on today, the importance of surrounding ourselves. Good morning, Sis Linda. Good morning, Sis Linda. I love you. Surrounding ourselves with positive people. Surrounding ourselves in areas that there are room for growth and that we can truly experience his love. And so that keeps speaking to me because I know that sometimes we all feel stuck. Or we feel as though things just keep happening to us, kind of like that song said that really just spoke to my heart. We go through things, we're hurt, we're disappointed, and we look at the situation and we're like, everything is all bad. But don't you know that there is always a lesson that is learned. Good morning, Papa Bear. Good morning. And so on yesterday, we were blessed by our co-pastor. She provided spiritual nourishment from Nehemiah 8 and 10, 2 Corinthians 4, 7 through 11, Hebrews 12 and 2. The theme was, the joy of the Lord is your strength. And you all know how I love to share. When I have been blessed by something, I love to share with others because you never know what may really lift somebody up, what they may need to hear. And so she said, God's strength and joy are in heaven. We can enter into the joy of the Lord. Give joy back to God. Joy and strength are in restoration. You know, I'm talking about restoration a lot. And so that word, and it was so powerful, and it's never about me trying to come back and replay the whole sermon or anything, but just sharing the news, sharing the good news that was shared with us on yesterday. And she did say that challenges bring about changes. Challenges bring about changes. And I don't know about you all, but challenges have presented themselves quite frequently. But trusting in him continues to provide joy, peace, love, hope, restoration, and a longing and desire to keep pressing forward. I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing like getting that fill up, getting that restoration and that healing to keep on pressing forward and knowing that he is with us at all times. So for today, our word is Mint Monday, which as we know can mean to intend for a particular purpose, destination. Some synonyms are intends, plan, aim, contemplate, denote, and indicate. So as this word was coming to me, I started thinking about that song in particular that I shared. How sometimes the devil really did mean something for bad, but God meant it for our good. So I began to think about how during the storms, and we can say storms, challenges, or obstacles, we tend to focus on what damage may take place. We may focus on what we may lose during the storms, challenges, and obstacles. We may even be wondering if we will make it through. But I've learned that storms, challenges, obstacles, adversities, however we want to put it, they may cause damage. We may even lose some things during these challenges, storms, and obstacles. But when we make it through the storms, rebuilding, reconnecting, refocusing, and reestablishing can occur. And I remember our pastor, he did a message a few months back where he talked about knowing the purposes of storms or knowing the purposes of various challenges that we face. And so we learn and we grow. And yes, sometimes damage may occur, but we know who has the restoration and we know who has the healing power. And I'm not just speaking of, like I said, natural disasters. Storms can occur on our jobs, in our families, in our relationships, in our communities, in our churches, in our finances. Sometimes storms come about to get our attention, And so when we're going through these storms, we tend to gravitate more towards Him because we want to know when will this storm end? When will this challenge end? Lord, I need you to help me right now. I need you to help me right now. And so we learn that as we draw closer to Him and we seek Him, we realize that a lot of things that we thought were meant for bad, He meant them for our good, to prompt us to change, to move around. As I said yesterday, to change our surroundings sometimes, because sometimes we are being hindered by the things that we're holding on to. Sometimes we're being hindered. And so He begins to reveal to us where we need to go, what we need to do, what He would have us to do. So everything that is meant for bad or seems like it's meant to be a bad thing, through Him, it is meant for our good. We can draw closer to Him. We pray more. We show more love to others. We give the glory to Him for bringing us through. My aunt and I were talking about this, I think, a few weeks ago, about how sometimes, we have to have storms. We have to have different challenges to come up because it makes us appreciate more when we do have those days that are a little more peaceful, that we don't really have all of the challenges and things going on. So remember, He is always there for us. And sometimes without us even realizing it, we may begin to think that we're just doing all of this stuff on our own. We're getting all of these accomplishments on our own. But we are victorious through Him. We are victorious through Him. So even when things may not look as though they're going in our favor, if we're working with Him, and we're allowing Him to guide us and lead us, and we know without a shadow of a doubt, as that song said, that He is going to get us through, then what was meant for bad actually ends up being what was meant for our good. So I want us to remember that no matter what it may look like, some things are meant to distract, discourage, create confusion, and cause us to question whether or not we can accomplish those things that He promised. But we are meant or intended to stand firm in our faith, seek Him, trust in Him and His process, and keep pressing forward. He has intended purposes for each of us, and I shout that quite frequently. He has intended purposes for each of us. It is meant to make us stronger, grow, encourage ourselves and others while giving Him the glory. And y'all know how I love to do. I love to provide spiritual nourishment from what mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you, and His love, He will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing. Exodus 13:9 NIV. This observance will be for you like a sign on your hand and a reminder on your forehead that this law of the Lord is to be on your lips. For the Lord brought you out of Egypt with his mighty hand. Nehemiah 1:10 NIV. They are your servants and your people, whom you redeemed by your great strength and your mighty hand. Ephesians 1:19-21 NIV. And his incomparably great power for us who believe. That power is the same as the mighty strength he exerted when he raised Christ from the dead and seated him at his right hand in the heavenly realms, far above all rule and authority, power and dominion, and every name that is invoked, not only in the present age, but also in the one to come. I did not pause, bro. Apparently we lost connection, but I kept on flowing. Thank you for checking in on that. Thank you for checking in on that. So as we recap for today, what are we talking about? Meant to intend for a particular purpose or destination. And sometimes things happen just like right then. It started pausing and it said something about a connection. But you know what? I kept on pushing through because sometimes things can be meant to distract us or take us off course. But we have to keep pressing forward. So we're talking about how storms, obstacles, trials, and tribulations emerge. And at times, it may look as that they are meant for bad, but God meant them for our good. There are intended purposes for everything. We have to go through to get where he is leading us. I will say that again. We have to go through to get where he is leading us. So you all know how I am. I'm not sending anything but positive vibes your way on this Monday. Like I say, I know it's the beginning of the work week for many of us. We have got this. Let's keep our faith and trust in him and recognize that things that may seem like they're meant for our bad, we keep trusting in him, believing in him, and he's going to show us how those very things are meant for our good as we continue to transcend. And y'all already know. Good morning, Sis Valerie. I'm not coming with anything but positive vibes, love, joy, increase in faith, a sense of hope. Mince Monday, Mince Monday, Mince Monday. I love you all. And peace.